In as much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with the word exceeding joy. Let me tell you, when you are being hated, the kind of joy you exhibit in your hatred will show the amount of glory you move in when you are out of the hatred season. I can compromise on so many things, but they will tell you that my structure, nobody breaks my structure. If you see that I'm angry, somebody is touching. You know what is structure? This building is standing on a structure. If it goes down, everything goes down. Anybody who touches your value system has brought you low. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fairy trial, which is to try you. As though some strange thing happened to you. When people hate you, it is not strange. How many of you know that if not that people hated you, you not have had a push to make it in life? Everybody can buy you. You can't be successful. Things that are successful, not everybody can afford. That is what makes it successful. Whenever you are about to move ahead in life, expect those who were with you not to understand you. Signs of being hated. It's a very funny message for a new year. The essence of being hated. The essence, the reason why you must be hated. Anytime I'm about to go to my next level, one of the things I get is hatred. And in the Bible, you see a lot of great people who went through hatred in order to make it in life. So, every instruction you get from God can make you hate God. I repeat it. Every instruction you get from God makes you feel like God doesn't like you. If you're Abraham and God just go and kill your son, it's like God hates you. Because every instruction from God will bypass your mindset and your imagination, your thoughts. So Paul will say in the book of Galatians, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? So when you come to the place of the truth, you can feel hated. And whenever you discover truth and you are moving to your next level, you can also feel hated. Now, this message is so good that it depends on how your default setting is. You'll be hurt by the message or be made by the message. Because somebody will say, that's why people don't like me. But sometimes people don't like you because it's an attitude. But in reality, when God wants to release you to any next level, you will face what we call hatred. Look at me, say hatred. Now, if you are there and everybody loves you, let me give you a practical example. 2016, NDC were like, oh, we brought the EC, so we will win. I don't know if you know that. We brought the EC, we will win. It's like you have people loving you all around. They went to opposition. And MPP were like, oh, we brought the EC, we will win. Because sometimes when you have everybody around you loving you, you don't take certain things serious in life. I think you didn't hear me. When everybody around you is so loving and so caring, you might not even take your own destiny into your own hands. But when there are bits of hatred, you see that it takes. So if you look at the dreamer called Joseph, I'm not giving my center scripture now. If you look at let me look at someone like Joseph. It was when he decided to be big, become great, that his brothers hated him. True or false? If he had decided to remain like them, he will not be hated. Because sometimes people love you the way you are. Because your new level will not appreciate them. And that means they must find ways and means of fighting you. So Joseph's brothers hated him the more. But he kept dreaming. But sometimes, because of hatred, a lot of people stop dreaming. Jesus was hated by the Pharisees, by the Sadducees, because his level of knowledge was above their knowledge. And they were the masters of the day. They were the big men of the moment. They were the ones that society looked at. So when Jesus came in and was gaining the popularity than them, they decided to hate him. Please, are you with me? Now, another person we can talk about is Moses. Moses was hated because he was just trying to make people enjoy the freedom he was enjoying. If it was just about his own freedom, Moses doesn't need to struggle. I've been in the wilderness for 40 years. I've heard about the promised land. I want to come and bring you out and make you better. That one, did you have to hate him? No, but that was what happened. Now, another person we can talk about is David. David was hated by Saul. But it wasn't David's fault that Saul misbehaved. Sometimes people misbehave, right? And instead of them facing the consequences of their misbehavior, they look at it and they blame the devil. And they blame others who have taken over from them. And others who are making it than them. But the truth was that it wasn't David who chose you, Saul, to fail. It's your decisions or your indecisions that made you fail. So I was doing a study yesterday with the family, and I was watching something on the 12 tribes of Israel. And I realized that all the tribes, almost all of them messed up. Reuben messed up with his father, but Reuben never went to say sorry till his father cursed him. Simon and Levi never said sorry until the father cursed him. But when it came to Judah, after sleeping with his in-law, he accepted responsibility and said, I'm sorry for this act that I've done. So prophetically, it was said of Judah that the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver until Shiloh comes. But you see, people who have promises and the grace to do things, sometimes we are the very people that end up not doing anything at all. And when people are doing it, then the people who are doing become our enemy. Is it true? It's not true. Oh, I hear you are not here. They become our enemy simply because they are doing what we know we are supposed to do. Am I teaching something here? I said I'll be short, so you don't worry. So this will bring me to the character I want us to discuss today. Genesis 29, verse 31. The essence of being hated. Genesis 29, verse 31. When the Lord saw that Leah was, give me original King James. This one said unloved. But original King James said, when the Lord saw that, I like the word. When the Lord, Yahweh, saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rahel was barren. I'm supposed to continue with our message on the making of a king, but I was trying to go through some of the old messages that has made me who I am. And I came across one of the messages and he spoke about this, and I said, I'm going to talk about it. When the Lord saw that Leah was hated, here is a man called Jacob. The funny thing is that you, Jacob, the blessing you had, you stole it. I don't know if you know Jacob stole a blessing. Oh, if you don't remember, I'll remember you. Please don't go and quote that one. If you don't remember, I'll remember you. Esau was supposed to take the blessing. He and the mother connived. They went to cook the food very fast. And then he went and then he got the blessing. And then before then, he had also used food to buy the blessing from his brother Esau. And I'll come there because so many people miss out in life and they begin to hate. You forgot that you sold your birthright. You forget that you live a cheap life. Oh yeah, you are not hearing me. Oh yeah, Jesus could have easily bowed down to Satan and doesn't have to go to the cross. But he chose to go to the cross because people don't like suffering. They just want to be there and they make it overnight. Please, are you with me? I'm just wondering, I heard that I've been in ministry for 30 years. You're like, hey, yeah. Some of the people who insult me, I'm older than them. Even in ministry, not by age. Please. And when where was I crowd? Okay, let me continue. Jacob, you have done everything. You've gotten the blessing. You've left. As soon as you got to a place, you saw you are going to get married. Esau chases you. You throw away all your inheritance, everything. You now get to your uncle Laban's place. And you work, people don't know, he worked to prove himself for 1 month without salary. He worked 1 month. And when he worked so hard, then his uncle asked him that, why are you here? He said, to marry one of your daughters. And then he said, okay, then what will you use? Then he said, it wasn't the man who said, he said, I'll work for 7 years. He chose the amount of years, and he said, because he loved Rahel, the days look so short. You see, when people are doing things for you and they are complaining, they stop laughing. If you won't clap, I'll clap for myself. When people are doing things for you and they are murmuring, they are complaining, they stop laughing. When this guy was working, oh yeah, it was like a few days to him. 7 years was like a few days. And the Bible says, it is in the Bible. He said that he did that because he loves Rahel. And then by custom, by the wedding day, before Jacob knew Jack, he has slept with the wrong woman. His father-in-law has given him a dark lady, Leah. And the Bible actually says that Rahel, if you read the TPT version and the message, he said, and Rahel had the shape, had the looks, had the appearance. But Leah was normal. I come to realize that even in this world, those who are very beautiful, they struggle in life than those who are not beautiful. Or is it true or is it not true? Handsome men suffer than ordinary men. I met a lady who said, I will never marry a handsome man. He said, I don't like competition. Can I tell you a story I heard? Are you sure you want to hear that one? Listen, until somebody puts a ring on your hand, you never know whether you are in a line. Most men are in a line and most women are in a line. You don't understand what I'm saying. Are you here? You going home? You think you are dating somebody until there's a wedding. Oh yeah, you can be dating, going out with somebody, even counseling. You can be going until there's a wedding. And even the wedding, there's still no wedding until there's consummation. So in the night, before Jacob knew he had slept with this dark lady, he woke up and looked at her face. It is something which is there. And some of you are marrying things that are makeup. You know, makeup. You marry makeup. You marry somebody who looks like who you thought was, who you believe could have been, only to get married and realize that the person is not. But based on the biblical principle, whether the person is or is not, you are married. And God doesn't want divorce. You have to stay in and get married. So the Bible never said marry the love. The Bible never said love, marry the one you love. It said love the one you are married to. So as soon as you get married to somebody, you must begin to love them. Many love when they are dating. When they marry, they stop loving. And that's a big problem. So this is Leah, who was dark. And can you imagine that somebody breaks your virginity and wakes up in the morning and tells you that you are not my type? Can I tell you something else? And the next day, starts dating the one that he wanted to marry. And yet, still keeps getting you pregnant. No, you don't understand that one. Because if you didn't love this lady, why are you giving birth plenty like that? From Reuben to Simon, are you with me? To Levi, she kept giving. It means that you love the sex. You love the children, but you don't love the person. I think I'm not teaching here at all. Do you know that some people can marry because of money? Some people can marry because of fame. Some can marry because you make them laugh. Oh, are you here? You are not here at all. Oh. Somebody can even marry somebody because he wants their children to be beautiful or handsome. I think I'm not preaching here. So after that, somebody can marry because of America connection. I think it's not true. Yeah, someone. So after that thing is stated, please. After the whole thing is, the person's eye don't open. Now the person is not gone. The person is still married to you. I think I'm not teaching here. But still making you pregnant. Okay. Can I remember when I was in this world? I should remember. There was a song we used to sing. Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon. I see the passion in your eyes. How could you give your love to someone else and share your dreams with me? So you see, Jacob was two personalities. His love was with someone else, but he was building a family with somebody. Am I preaching yet? I've not started. I've not started with the hatred. I've not quoted the last scripture. So I'm sure if you are Leah, you ask yourself, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. My only mistake is that I listened to my father. My father said the custom is I'm the first one, I must marry first. I got him. If you did not want me, you could have checked me up. That means when you were dating Rahel, didn't you know the height? Didn't you know the physique? Didn't you know the style? Didn't you know everything? We get to the bedroom, sex is the same. So when we got to the bedroom, you thought I'm just a woman. You finished doing what you want to do with me. Now, you don't want to see my face again. And the following day, I see that you are dating somebody else. And you are dating my sister. I think I'm not preaching here. Oh, are you here? You've gone home. And the woman starts giving birth and gives birth to the first son and said that because of this one, my husband will love me. The love didn't come. Gave birth and said, Levi, my husband will be joined to me. It didn't stop. It's like this one was doing everything. How many of you have been there that in life you beg for everything? You mind me? Oh, you don't know. How many of you have been in life you beg for everything? Should I ask? Okay, let me say it too. How many of you beg before you eat? You mind me? Hey. How many of you beg before your fees are paid? Hey. So God has blessed you, don't beg. Some people even beg the trotro driver to reduce the fare. Right? No, they sit in the trotro and in the middle of the journey, they call the trotro driver. Please, how much is it from here? He said 5 cedis. Please, I have 2 cedis, 50 pesos. I beg you. Can you take me further? You know, is it true? It's not true. I don't know what I'm talking about. You go and pay fees, and you have to go to the school and explain to them that you will pay, but they should give you a chance. You pay in bits. I'm not even know. I'm not even the one I'm talking about here. Did you hear them say the food could be divided into some? That was how I lived. Every food must be divided into some. So the fasting we used to do, it wasn't all the time God sent. Some, it was food sent. You can even be begging for dress to wear. Every woman or every man you dated, you beg them. You beg for almost everything in your life. Am I talking to somebody here at all? You see, sometimes we can all be smiling, but David said, I've been young, I'm old, I'm not sitting there. Righteous, forsaken, and student begging for bread. But the average believer today is a beggar. Is it true? It's not true. Oh, I think you are not my enemy. As we are talking, I beg your landlord to wait till the end of the month before you move. Is it true or is not true? You have planned the next lie. The next lie you are going to give to the headmaster of your school. You've planned it. You are not a liar. You've planned it perfectly well that it must match. Don't tell me, but some of you beg for ECG. Some of you beg for charger. I think it's not true. Or is it true? Can I ask some men here? Some married men beg for sex. And some married women beg their husbands for sex. I think it's not true. Hello? Can I continue? So this woman, without any fault of hers, she gets into a relationship with Jacob. And the next woman, Jacob is dating somebody else. And when God saw that Leah was hated, the Lord opened her womb. Let me tell you that there are some doors that only open because of who is hating you for no just cause. You see, when people hate you for you've not done anything wrong, but people just hate you, you should understand that they are not just hating you. There is a reason behind it that you don't know. You see, hatred is a serious word, though. You know the word hatred is a very serious word. It's like, that's why I said you should move away from the unlove. Because unlove is cool. The word hatred is a serious word. Hatred means I don't want to see you. I don't want to be part of my life. You are nauseating. But I'll keep giving you children. Okay, now you are lost. Have you seen a woman who keeps cooking for a man, kept cooking for a man, and one day the man tells the lady, I'm going to get married to who? And you mention somebody else, and you've been eating my food. You've been taking my money. Every month I send money. Every month I send money. Every month I send money. Every month I've been sending money. You say rent, I send money. You say phone, I send phone. You send this, I send that. Then you are bold to send me an invitation. Come and give me an invitation that you are marrying next week. To who? To Jacob. Now, I don't want to bore you. Like, I'll give you 20 reasons why people will hate you, but you don't have time. When people, let me tell you, whenever you are about to move ahead in life, expect those who were with you not to understand you. Listen, I've had this all my life. When people are jealous of you, your success, let me tell you, be careful about those who can't celebrate your success. It's a sign that they hate you. You go to someone and say, I just bought a car. Car? Oh. You've not even bought a shoe. Your friend bought a car. Excuse me, you don't even own a chalote. And instead of you say, wow, God has done great things for you. The next thing you hear is telling friends, all these people, you don't even know what they do to get money. God is in heaven. He's watching everybody. I think you've gone home so far. Do you know, if you're afraid to share your success with somebody, there is a problem. I said, is it a new year message? Yeah, I'm teaching you something. Because if you get this thing this year, you won't fail. But let me tell you, this year there will be a lot of haters. And they will not hate you because you are bad. They will hate you because you have ceased to be who you used to be. That's why I say let's be careful there. Because if you are not careful, because some of you, your character is bad. When people graduate and they are moving, you tell them now they hate me. It's you who has a problem. And I'll get there. Please, am I talking to somebody here? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. In life, those you don't correct from below. You correct from the top. Any achievement you've not achieved, you have no right to correct. Try it first. Let me tell you this. If you come to my room and have a big TV like this in my room, the first thing that will come into your head that this man of God is chopping our money. Or politicians now manage car. But you know something? If I meet somebody who is richer than me, you look at the TV and say, which year is this one? And I say, it's 2026. No, you need to check the 2025 model. And that is not insulting me. That is not looking down on me. That will tell me that I should improve. You might think that is hatred. No, that's not hatred. Then there is so there's a higher, then there's the colleague. He comes to see a TV like this in your room. The next moment, he's bringing you a bill. Can you help me pay this bill? Because the fact that you have this means you are rich. I think you are not understanding me here. Should I close the service? The fact that you can't, there are some people, you can't even show them your tithe. You can't even show them the level at which God is blessing you. Because if you show it to them, it will look like you are wicked towards them. And let me tell you this. One of the things I've never been is many mbiru be idea. You know why? If somebody has money and gives others and does not give you, it's a sign of the level of relationship you have with the person. There are people in this church, if I ask them money, their mother or their father will ask them, don't give them. If I don't give me everything. Is it what I'm saying? You understand? And it's not because their mother and father are wicked. Maybe it's the impact I've made in their life. That is what they are looking at. You have not had any impact in anybody's life, but your demand is higher than the supply. Hey, look, he has given everybody this. He has given everybody this. Look at me. This is the only thing he has given me. Wait a minute. What have you put on the table that warrants you to also demand it? I always say this, that one person I don't mind spending everything I have on is my wife. Yeah, I won't lie to you. Because when I had nothing, she was there. She gave me money. Are you here? You've gone somewhere else. She was cooking and bringing the food. You saw the food they brought. And I was eating and dividing it. But the kotoje was not bad. Can we move on? Can we move on? Look at someone say, I'm moving on. You might hate me. Then the next people are those who are below you. Any good thing you do, you have something to say about it. You know, many have gotten stuck in life and not going on anymore in life because they fear to be hated. Is it true or is it not true? You mind me? But you see, if you fear to be hated, you are not ready to make it in life. Because in success, everybody who is successful can tell you a time in their life that nobody liked them, nobody supported them, nobody believed in them, but they believed in themselves. If your clap is not good, I suspect you. The worst thing you can do is not to believe in yourself because your success will bring somebody down. Now, that's why I say it depends on where you are coming from. Now, moving on, you will see that Leah got to a stage that Leah, even though she was hated, she gave birth to children. And when she realized that she could not have more children, she now introduced her maid. And her maid was also having children. Then it means that the problem, you see, when you see yourself making it, okay, you are in church. You see one person around the pastor making it. Another person around the pastor making it. Nobody, but you at your level, you are still not making it. The problem is not the pastor, the problem is you. You know why so many of you don't succeed? You hate people. You detest people. You don't like people who work, help. I think I'm not talking to somebody here. When you see people helping church work, helping God's work, then all of a sudden your this thing comes. It's got to be me. Because what? He loved me. Look, he loved you, but he didn't marry you. Are you here? You're not here. Oh, are you here? Are you sure you are here? Look and say somebody can love you and not marry you. I said, Ben, I'm in the ABBA. Okay, preach to somebody, say somebody can love you and not marry you. February, I'll deal with that subject. Because it is one of the reasons why there are the maid. Can you imagine house boy, house girl, the dogs, everybody around is making it. Ryle still can't give birth. And the character is about to show. One day, Genesis chapter 30, Reuben goes to town and gets mandrakes. And mandrakes is an aphrodisiac. If you get it, your fertility becomes high. And just imagine, Reuben gets this plant and brings it home and gives it to the mother. And when he gives it to the mother, Rahel looks at them and says, you know something? Can you give me some of the aphrodisiac? Can I also take some so that I'll give it? And the woman said, no, I'm not. And look at Rahel. I will allow you to sleep with. Now, I like what Leah said. He said, is it not enough that my husband loves you, and yet you can't give him a child, and you are taking my husband from me? Then the lady said, give me some of your son's food. Can that remind you of Jacob himself and Esau? It means they are a generation that sell their birthright. The character of Rahel, very beautiful lady, is coming. Some look good but cheap. I think I'm not preaching well. Spirit-filled but very, very cheap. Very polite but very cheap. They are for sale in town. Let me tell you this. If everybody can buy you, you can't be successful. Things that are successful, not everybody can afford. That is what makes it successful. Please. A lot of people are using Toyota. A lot of people are using Nissan. A lot of people are using Benz. True or false? How many people are using Cadillac? Back on the fence. Ferrari. How many people are using it? The car type of that car can buy Toyota. And let me tell you, if you are not careful, by the time your harvest is near, you'll be so cheap on the market that nobody wants to buy you. When everybody can buy you, let me tell you, I'm sure this woman is watching. Let me tell you a life story. Years ago, my mom adopted a lady. One day I wanted to share her story. You'll cry. I adopted a lady, and the lady wanted to. All her dream was marry a white man. And One day, I was asleep. Those days, I couldn't travel in the spirit, so I travel physically. You don't understand me? Okay. Now I can come to your dream and come and talk to you. Those days, I didn't have that grace. So I drove to this lady's house in my mom's taxi. She had a date with a white man. So, guess who she stopped? Me. And she sat at the car and said, East Legon. I was putting on my cap. I drove this lady to East Legon. This is not a movie, life. This is not a dream. She entered into this man's house. For 1 hour, I was still standing there. So I got angry and began to bang the door. So the security man came and said, what is it? Taxi driver. I said, I'm not taxi driver. My sister is inside. I said, who? I mentioned the lady's name. I stood banging the door. So this lady came with only a cloth here. I said, get into the car. She's older than me, like 10 years or so. Get into the car. I said, when did you find? I said, I drove you here. I drove the lady from the East Legon place. So what's your problem? I mean, dear, I want to marry white. I want to marry white. I want to marry white. Then we prayed. Then she dated this man who was white. The only thing we didn't like about this man was a chain smoker, but wasn't like an ambassador. This man loved this lady. So we were supposed to do a wedding, knocking. We were sat in a room. Wedding is about to take place. Before we knew, the room was full of only white people. Ambassador this, ambassador this. What a great joy that day in the Jimmy fans. As soon as the lady came out of the room, white man back on two. They all got up and they left. One. It was left with only one white man. The one was interested in my sister. Those days, I didn't have spiritual children. Everybody was my sister. Even mommy was my sister. It's a brother and sister in Christ. What happened? You want to know? How many of you say I should continue? Let's close. Let me continue. So the man also got up and left. Later, we went to look at the man. Why did you leave? He said, you are a pastor, right? I said, yes. He said, this one is your sister. I said, yes. You see, all my white friends that came, about 10, said yes. They've all slept with her. What am I going to say? Then I'm in Cambio. To cut a long story long. The marriage did not come up. This, my sister, is married now. I didn't marry a white person. You know something? Because the enemy will make sure that you are cheapened before your value is determined. So that when the real valuer comes, you'll be so cheap that nobody will want to buy you. And if anybody will buy you, they will buy you as cheap as you are. Yes, man, can make us send me by okay. So Leah son was holding this aphrodisiac. And Rael said, can you sleep with my husband tonight? Can you go? And it's not your turn. It's my turn. But if you give me some of this medicine, I will allow you to go and have something to do, even though it's not my turn. And guess what? Before then, may you have, can I prophesy to somebody? May you have children who will look for medicine for their parents when their parents need medicine. Not children who will fight their parents when they have problems. Because the son realized that the mother was no more having children and a maid was giving birth. And a child went to find the mentress and brought it to the mother. So that the mother can keep having children. No more maid. If you are a prince and you sit at home for maids to govern the house, for houseboys to govern the house. What makes you a prince or a princess? So the Bible says, I've seen kings walking and servants on horses. What allows this? When children don't wake up to take their position and take their rights in the home. I like the way you're all quiet. Is it because I'm choking you or you want me to close? Guess what? That night, even though Leah was not giving birth, the mandrakes they brought, a yejuma. Leah gave birth again. That night, named the child Issachar. Those who are understanding of their times. And can I tell you this? Do you know something? The devil can make you so weary and so cheap that you sell yourself for a peanut because things are not working well. Things are not doing well. I'm not understanding my life. I'm not understanding my life. At the end of the day, you end up giving up what is yours. What if that day was the day for her to have gotten pregnant? So if the time the angel of the Lord comes to knock at your door to pray, that's the time your Ijama has come. You understand my Ijama has come? You mind me? Because who is hating you? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Because who hates you? I didn't hear you. Now, how many have sudden to find out why people don't like you? People will not like you when you try to help them to become better. People will not like you when you tell them the truth. I hear you are not here. Can I give an example? Let me be practical. I need two people. I need two volunteers. I need two volunteers. And Obiasro. Oh, two volunteers. Any more? Anyone? God bless you. Okay, you are a pastor and you are a shepherd. So let me give you an example. Let's take it that this is a shepherd. Are you? This is a pastor. This one in his family, he's been brought up in such a way that he wants to be big and become great. It's not true about it. Let's say this one, the average. Please, are you here with me? Do you know that anytime this one tries to advise this one will fight. This one will fight. I don't even know what I'm talking about. And very soon, this one will not like this one. Not because this one is looking at position. And this one is looking at glory. And position is not glory. Now, this one will find out, even though I have the position, there's a lot that this one is doing that is becoming a threat to me. Looking at where he is in the next 2-3 months, he will come and move high. So this one might end up doing that. Instead of this one nurturing this one and making sure that both of them will grow together, this one will start preventing this one from going. So let's do it. Let's do it. Press him down. So you see, whenever you press anybody down, you yourself, you don't have chance to move on in life. Because you have to stay where you are pressing the person down. But let's go. If you decide to align with this one and ask, why are you doing what you are doing? Why are you saying what you are saying? At the end of the day, it will add up to you know, one of my battles I have with people in church. Some of us, please forgive me, where our spiritual background is, where you are, you think you have arrived. So when we try to push you beyond your limit, you think we don't like you. Am I preaching to somebody here? Ask him when I asked him to go to school. I've not paid his fees. Now it's a big money in school. Did he want to go to school? He was happy. What's your level of education?
SHS.
And among your colleagues, no cabra for pa. No, you know that kind of thing. He feels good among them. It's okay among them. It's cool. I said, listen, you can't continue to be like this. I even have a target for him. He will pilot my plane. So you should learn how to pilot. So I think you are not here. Are you jealous of me already? My private jet is thank you. I've decided not to use the BMI one. I have a special name for them. Should I mention the name? No, it's not. So at the end of the day, if I try to make him learn piloting, he can instantly say, driving crime in shrine. Why are you letting me go into pilot? Because your brain is limited to where you are. Please, I'm not teaching somebody at all. And you might end up hating me. But in the realms of the spirit, God will know that I'm not against you. I wish you well. So because I wish you well, God will keep blessing me. Let me tell you this. Let people hate you. I'm not preaching to somebody at all. Like I said, we're away from you. I said, let people do what? For doing what is good. Because no man rewards man. God will use men to reward you. But at the end of the day, most of them, by the time people wake up, you realize that you are no longer where you used to be. Life has gone way ahead of you. And you are still where you used to be. And now you still want to use a cake mentality to govern 20, this Gen Z generation. How many of you know that these days our children, they know the mobile phones than us? You give them the tablet, you have finished the tablet. Look at someone and say, who hates you? Look at someone who hates you. When God saw that Leah was hated, may God see who doesn't like you. Your amen is not good at all. Oh, look at someone who doesn't like you. What did the person say? Look at someone who doesn't like you. What did the person say? Do you know that how many of you were in school and people didn't like you? One day I told my daughter this. He said, and nobody, I said, you know why they don't like you? You're always first in class. You see, when you are doing well, nobody will like you. Because somebody thinks that your position is their position. But you see, Rahel, your position is not your position. Because a covenant has erased that position. And somebody called Leah is in that position. Whether you like it or not, that is not your position. Somebody is, some of you have to wake up and know that that guy is gone. That lady is gone. That woman is gone. That man is gone. Look, I think you are not getting me. Oh, you are not getting me. Okay, let me calm down a bit. You are praying that that marriage will collapse so that you are not here. You are praying that that person will not make it, so that you are praying that somebody's life will be destroyed, so that forget all those things. Because Rahel, there is something better for you. But you see, the fact that you were the first to be seen doesn't mean that you'll be the one that will be taken. Can I tell you this? Most of the people I did end time restoration incorporated with are no more. It's only left with 3. My wife. 4. My wife. 5. My wife. Pastor David. Pastor Victor. Pastor Ernest. The wife. But there were people who came to stand in front of me and took oil and put it on the side and make a vow. Where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Today, they watch us on social media. One of them called me and said, yes, sir, your prophecy has come to pass. I said, yes. I want to be an MC somewhere. I said, okay. Can you recommend for me? I say, I don't have any connection. I'm Mr. Nobody. Look at somebody and say, do they hate you? Look at somebody and say, be successful. Learn to celebrate yourself. Clap for yourself. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. I didn't say last one. Let me tell you this. One of the signs that people hate you is that they don't listen to you. One of the signs they easily become irritated. Another sign is that everything you do, they never appreciate it. Another sign, you can talk to them for 1 hour. As they are, so are they. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fairy trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened to you. Look at something. Say, when people hate you, it is not strange. Okay, let me ask you a question. Now have your attention. How many of you know that if not that people hated you, you would not have had a push to make it in life? Me too. Do you know how many people are waiting for the results to come? And they will call me and say, Papa, Pastor Wari. But do you know FD Yalley? There's one thing about me. If I come out public on something, my homework area. Elijah didn't come and speak. He prayed earnestly before coming to speak. Someone said, but Pastor, you came late. No, I spoke behind the scenes. When I came public, think it's not strange concerning the fairy trial which is trying you, as though some strange thing has what happened to you. Say, when I get hated, it is not strange. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Verse 13, quickly. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with the word exceeding joy. Let me tell you, when you are being hated, the kind of joy you exhibit in your hatred will show the amount of glory you move in when you are out of the hatred season. You see, because most hate is to put you down. Did you hear me? Okay, let me give you an example. How many of you are going to work, and before you go to work, as you are about to see the work signboard, then your heart beats a bit. Let me show you something. There's hatred there. You are going to go to school. As you see the school signboard, you see that there's hatred there. But let me tell you, that hatred, you must surmount it and prove to the people there that your hatred can't bring me down. Please, are you here with me? Oh, I hear you are not here at all. Please, are you here? You've gone home. Look at you, you can't bring me down. Are you here with me? Let me tell you the worst thing the devil can do to me or can do to you. One of the things, years ago, I tried to buy my wife a car because I gave her a promise that if she gives birth, I'll get her a car. I've gone to show her, pregnant woman, every picture of the car. She knows this story. Last minute, the people say they will sell the car again. I said, I'll pay. They said, no. For one reason, they won't sell the car again. You knew the people. They said they won't sell. Portia even came, he said, no, that won't sell. And Ngwasi has come. Then they came to me that somebody has the same. I said, no, I don't want the same. For the devil to attack this, I want the latest version. I want the newest version. I want to tell the devil that next time, don't try me on that one. Do you know that most of us, what we would have done next is that this devil is so powerful. The way he has stopped every door. This one there. No. For trying to stop me, I try to tell the devil that never make that mistake again. But let me tell you that if the devil tries to pull you down this year, 2025, let the devil know that the hatred is your antidote. Why are you are not here at all? I got her the latest one. And when she asked me, why didn't you bring the other one? I said, oh, that one was below our level. I brought the one that is it was later that I had to tell her that this is the real truth. But let me tell you something here. The devil's hatred is because he has seen that you carry something. Most of you carry the Judah that will end up becoming the king of Israel. Rahel can't give birth to Judah. Rahel can't give birth because later you find out that even when his husband were traveling, he took the gods of his father and hid it, because even though he was married to Jacob, he didn't believe in the God of Jacob. He still believed in the God of his ancestors. And if you are going to become a king, you don't need to be around somebody who has other gods and other systems around him that will bring you down. Am I talking to somebody here at all? I told you this story, but I didn't tell you fully. My child is going to school, and she tells me, anytime we're about to get near the school, she'll tell me that I want to poo-poo. 1, 2, 3. So I called mommy. I said, mommy, I think we have a problem. Something is happening at the school. We need to check. So I asked my daughter, what is wrong? He said, when I'm in the school, some people do this, some people do this, say this, say this. I said, now hear me. When they say this is what you also say. If they do this is what you also do. Am I talking to somebody here at all? Well, since then, we sit in the car, we go to school. She doesn't have any stomach upset again. A lot of you, all the fears you have, the anxiety you have, the trouble you have, that is keeping you back because you've not decided to face the challenge. And nobody has sat you down and told you, face it squarely. I told my daughter, if somebody misbehaves, tell her you don't know who I am. By the time I show you who I am, you will not come near me again. That is enough. Are you here? You are not here at all. Or are you here? Are you here at all? Are you here at all? Why are you finding your face? This year, if you are not bold and confident, people will take advantage of you and overrule you. But with a caveat, don't go and become rude and arrogant when you have no reason to. Hello? But rejoice as much as we are partakers of Christ, that when his glory shall be. Give me verse 14, please. I've done this already. Verse 14. Quickly. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye. Listen, everybody say, if you are reproached because of Christ, let me tell you 2 things. 2 things, if you are reproached, you should never be ashamed of. Number 1, Christ. 2, your purpose. Never apologize for your purpose. Never apologize for Christ. I hear you are not here at all. I hear you. Oh, you don't understand me. Let me tell you, my name is F.D. Yalley. I'm a pastor. I don't compromise on any nonsense. I told a politician 3-4 days ago that if he steps in this church, I will sack him. And I'm sure he's watching. I can compromise on so many things. But they will tell you that my structure, nobody breaks my structure. If you see them angry, somebody is touching. You know what is structure? This building is standing on a structure. If it goes down, everything goes down. Anybody who touches your value system has brought you low. I think you can clap here. So he said, if you are reproached for the name of Christ, happy are you, for the Spirit of glory and for God rests upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. In other words, they will say you are this, they'll say you are that, they say you are that. But wait a minute, it's just a matter of time. Look at something this year. Let your star settle by settling down. A lot of you, may God deliver you from what people will say. Your amen is not good. Hold someone say, may God deliver you from what people will say. Look, when somebody says God is, Christ is, I keep quiet. You know why? It's a matter of time. The evidence will show. If it is Christ, the more you suffer, the more glory you get. The more you suffer, the more glory you get. The more you suffer, the more glory you get. There's nobody through generation of Christ that went through life without a suffering. The suffering is a sign that God is building character in you to sustain what is given you. If you don't go through anything, when God gives it to you, that thing will crush you. That is why so many people are always dependent on men. They are dependent on pastors. They are man of God, man of God, man of God, man of God. Because they never built any structure for themselves. Never built anything for themselves. Now, I want everybody to be built in Christ. Yes, you honor your father, you honor your mother. You still respect your man of God. But you know God for yourself because you've gone through it. You've seen it before. Am I talking to somebody here at all? Your clapping is not good at all. Now my last. Don't suffer for foolishness. Suffer for Christ. Everybody is a fool for something, but be careful whose fool you are. Everybody is a fool for somebody. Everybody. But be careful whose fool you are. I choose to become foolish for Christ. I choose to become foolish for my assignment. And let me tell you this. When you make a mistake in your assignment, be bold enough, like Judah, to come out and say, I said it. I'm wrong. Forgive me and give me another start. Don't stay in the foolishness of your foolishness. The prodigal son made a mistake. I don't remember. As soon as he saw that life was bringing him low, he was about to eat the food of pigs. He said, no. Let me go and start all over and be a servant. Judas could have easily done the same and gone back and said, no, let me do the right thing. Because of shame, and he couldn't take it. He had to hang himself. But Christ was ever opening. Please, are you with me? To give him the chance to do it again. But he couldn't face the other human beings. He couldn't face. What will Peter say? What will John say? It's not about what Peter will say. It's not about what John will say. It's about what Christ will say. It's about what Jesus will say. What will he say finally to you? When the prodigal son was going home, let me not tell you this. Let me tell you this. When the prodigal son was going home, if you are looking at what the servants will say, he would not have gone home. What he looked at is what his father was going to say. He went back, and the first thing the father says, change his robe. Because I don't want you to still look like a servant. Because you'll be treated like a servant. Change his shoe. I don't want him to look like where he's coming from. Because if he looks at where he's coming from, people will treat him. Give him a ring back on his finger. I want him to have authority back. Because if he doesn't have the authority, people will take advantage of him. You can decide to stay in your mess. But let me tell you, a wise person doesn't stay too long in their mess. A wise person wakes up very fast on their mess and make amends for their life. It's only foolish people who make mistake and stay in the mistake and die in their mistake. But in life, we all make mistakes, and we must learn out of the mistake and come out. Leah, the marriage was a mistake, but Leah never saw the marriage as a mistake. Stop fighting what God is building, and stop calling what God is building a mistake, because it didn't come the way you wanted it. And you finish and tell me, his ways are not my ways, his thoughts are not my thoughts. He won't do it your way. That's why I started by telling you, anytime God wants to take you to the next, it looks like God hates you. Anytime your father talks to you, it look me. Anytime I talk to you, if you are not, you think I hate you. Ask anybody who listens to me. Initially, it looks like I did and I was foolish. Let's be on our feet. The way you are not clapping, I'm sure you are angry. I'll continue on being hated. Look at somebody by you and say, do you hate me? What the person say? Why is LP Kaya? Why is, can somebody give me, you look beyond me, oh, you despise my sin, my guilt and shame. Look at somebody say, I'm getting up. You know, so many of you want, how many of you want to serve God again like you used to? But you're afraid of what people will say. No, it's normal. Come back home. Pick up the pieces. Pick it up. Don't look at the people around you. They will hate you. The best way to silence your enemies is result. That's all. Who is singing for me? Before I start singing and you come and use it against me. You look past my sin. Hey, so you can't be a singer and be going to the back.
You look beyond me, oh. You look beyond me, oh. You look past my sin, my guilt and shame, and poured your love. You look beyond me, oh. You look
Hold on.
beyond me.
Because some say God is looking beyond you. Prophesy to someone saying God is looking beyond you. Say He's looking beyond your guilt, your shame. He's looking beyond you. Let go. I'm the one. I'm the one that you have shown me mercy. You have shown me mercy. You have shown me mercy. I'm the one. Me, I'm a product of God's mercy. He looked past my guilt and shame. You have shown me mercy. Sing it for me. Come on.
I'm the one.
You have shown me mercy. You have shown me mercy. You have shown me mercy. Lift up your two hands. Say, Lord God, I want to thank you for all those who don't like me. You didn't say it well. Say, oh, Almighty God, I thank you for all those who don't like me. I thank you for those who hate me. I thank you for all those who can help me, but have refused to help me. I thank you for their life. Lord God, I thank you for the hatred. I thank you for the misunderstanding. I don't have it all, but I look up to you. I thank you that you are looking beyond my guilt, my shame, and you are showing me mercy. 2025, this year of light, show me mercy. Lift your voice and begin to pray.
Show me mercy.
The little boy.
I'm the little girl. I lost you, lost in sin and fate. Unworthy as you poured your love. You poured your love on me. I was naked and cold. I needed covering, passion to my face. Oh yes, you love me.
Matthew chapter 5. Give me verse 60 on the screen. I'm one.
Yes, I'm the one.
You have shown.
Mercy.
Give me Matthew 5:16.
Mercy.
Amen. Everybody read. 31st night I mentioned it, but when I went home praying, the Lord did a lot of work on me on this. Read. Let your light, circle that word soul, shine before men, that they may see your good works. Hear me. Sometimes all the devil does to you is that your haters, they lift up your bad works. They just let people know how bad you are, how terrible you are. But Jesus didn't say, concentrate on the bad. He said, let your light so shine that the good that you are doing will be seen. Many are doing so many good things, so many wonderful things, but nobody sees it. All that you see, our enemies have a way of exaggerating, making it so big that you are bad. As if even Satan is worse than you. But Jesus said, for you to overcome this, you must let your light so shine. Light, you see, the level of hatred must commensurate to the level of light, so that the light will be more than the hatred, so that your good will be seen. Please, I hear you are not here at all. Can't you say, look at someone and say, you are not bad. Look at someone and say, somebody saying, you are not that bad. Actually, you can't even do that. Some of you, they told you a witch. You have believed it. Even when they say come for prayer, say, if I go to say I'm a witch. Look at someone and say, this year, my light must so shine, so that you, tell somebody, you will see my good. I beg you, go to 7 points and this year I'll let you see my good. Go. People don't believe you. Go to them. Those critics, go to 7 people. It's a prophecy. Tell somebody, I'll let my light so shine. You will see my good.